Hello everyone, I hope you're well. I am here with Dom. This is a completely unplanned video. That's why we're both perched on one chair. Terrible lighting. But I thought this would be an interesting video because I have just read Akira, which is a manga that Dom got me years ago. And he was telling me like his thoughts about the manga and everything. And I've just read it and I think my thoughts are very different to Dom's. So I think this is going to be quite funny. So this is a manga called Akira. It came out in the 1980s. This is book 1, but there's loads of books in the series. And I think this book is about, at the beginning it says to you that World War III has happened and that there was a bomb exploded over Japan. And the book is set 38 years after World War III. And it's actually set in something like 2032. And there's a group of boys who they all take pills, we don't really know why, and they're a biker gang. So they just drive their like bikes like little vandals, and then they're kind of wrong place at the wrong time, and they see this mysterious man and they kind of throw someone else's scent off the man who is trying to chase them. And then, like, long story short, without spoiling it, one of the boys gets taken by the army and they give him pills that make him supernatural. And I think this book is going to be about, like, the series going on. It's going to be about the government building a supernatural army but using people and giving them pills and all these drugs so they become supernatural. So I think the whole book's going to be about like weaponizing people, and I think Akira is a bunker where the secret army are kept. Am I right or wrong?
Well,
that's a no. Well, that's
not exactly. No, I mean that's the bit. That's the surface on the surface of it for book 1. Yeah.
Is it open to interpretation?
It completely. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I think actually it's very, very personal as a work to the author.
Yeah, because everyone talks about this about having such like a deeper meaning. I think the deeper meaning is that like armies weaponize people, we give humans guns, but I think his deeper meaning of this is that when are we going to start like psychologically changing people so they don't have like empathy and they don't have compassion, so they can just go out and like kill like assassins, like they become assassins people, and that in the future our government will control certain people with drugs to make them killing machines. And maybe it's a reflection of the army as well.
Yeah, I mean, there might be an element of that at least, but
an element.
Yeah,
the sass. A little element.
The thing is, I don't want to completely spoil it for you because I do want you to read on. I want you to sort of take more room for it. Like this is one of the first mangas that I ever read, actually. And
is it your favourite manga?
Difficult for me to say which is my favourite, but I mean it is definitely up there. Yeah. It's one of my favourites. I would say.
Is it just worth my while just watching the film? Because the film was turned into an anime film. If I just watch the anime film, will I get the gist of the mangas and not have to read the mangas?
You'd get the gist of it, but it is only a very, very small slice of the overall story. That like there's a lot more content in the books than there is in the film. You'd get an impression of it. I still think that it's quite open to interpretation even as an animated film.
Does reading on with the series, because one thing that I found a little bit slow about the book is that it was just pages and pages of chase scenes. So it'd be pages and pages of the motorbike crew like going through and then being chased, but not a lot of dialogue. And I'm a very character driven person, so is it not really character driven? Do we learn about their backstories or not really?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, okay.
You would. You'd learn some in the films, a lot, probably a bit more in the books actually. But
so where they came from, their families.
Not. I can't say. I can't say without spoiling it, but yeah, you learn a bit more about them. Okay. And I mean, to me, that actually the setting of it is quite important, and the individuals in it are quite important.
It's so mysterious. I have no idea. I am gonna read book 2, and then if I don't like book 2, I'm not gonna read anymore. Being brutally honest, I did enjoy it, but for me, it was a lot of like chase scenes, fight scenes, chase scenes, fight scenes, and not a lot of substance to the story. But it is only book 1. So they're just kind of introducing the characters, they're introducing kind of like the flow of it, but they're not getting into the deep heart of the story. I just wish I knew how many like mangas you have to read till you get to the heart of the story.
Well, to be fair, I thought that actually it was a bit quicker, the first book. I thought that there were. I thought that all of the content that is in the film would be in the first book from memory. I mean, you know, I'm remembering 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It sounds as though actually the first book doesn't cover even half of the film, in which case there probably is quite a lot of filler. And
can I ask one question? Is Akira a big machine that the secret army live in, like a secret bunker?
No.
What? Why did I think it was? It's because there was a picture of Akira, like this big machinery, and then I'm sure he was like, come back to Akira with me. Is Akira like a big brain that kind of controls the operation?
No.
No.
Along with Mad Max and a few of these other films are around that time, is one of the first that has that kind of diesel punk-ish, cyberpunk kind of feel to it.
Oh, can I say, I think it had a feel a little bit Clockwork Orange.
Maybe in places,
like these boys that are all running rogue, doing their own thing, and then they get taken and experimented on. Isn't it like Clockwork Orange?
Read on first.
Oh, okay. Well, the first book to me is because I've read Clockwork Orange, and I feel like it is.
Yeah, I suppose the elements of it. I mean, I think the Japanese word for that type of biker culture is bosuzoku.
Are they like bad boys or not considered bad boys?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what I got from it, is that they were all a bit kind of out of control.
Yeah.
And I'm sure also when it came out in like 1984, there would have been more of an impact than me reading it now, if you know what I mean, in the 2000s.
Oh, definitely. It was definitely well ahead of its time.
Ahead of its time, yeah. So I would have appreciated that more within it. But I don't feel I can give it an overall review because I haven't read the whole manga series. I feel like to review mangas on their own that are part of a series, it's very difficult because it's like reviewing one episode of a TV show. It doesn't say the whole plot of it.
And as I say, it's quite open to interpretation anyway. And it's quite a bit. I think
apart from Akira is not a secret bunker where they all live. I'm going to conclude the video here because I'm sure we could just chat on about it. So probably when the camera's off we'll keep on chatting and debating about this. But I'm going to read book 2 of Akira and see if I like that a bit more. I did enjoy book 1. I just felt that it got a bit too fighty for me. But there was a weirdness because in the chase scenes with the bikes, I felt the suspense. I was like, oh my god, I need to see what's going to happen. I need to know what's going to happen because of the way in which it was done. I thought was really skillful. I'm going to end this video here. I will read on with book 2. Thank you, Dom, for being in this video with me. Hopefully you'll be on the channel some other time. And I will see you all very soon for another video.